Hi guys, happy Monday. Hold on. Yes, happy Monday. So, alright, we're gonna start with lesson 7 again. This is page 315 in Modern Magic. Second edition, 11 lessons in the high magical arts by Donald Michael Craig. So, alright, yesterday we went over the different elements, what they do, and how to, work with them, and all that good stuff. And what did we go over? We went over how to charge a talisman and an amulet. So very, not low magic, but simple, and it works. Okay, so part 4, we're going to get back to the Kabalistic studies, so it's a lot more interesting. So, alright, so now we turn our attention back to the Kabalistic Magic. So as you have seen from the last section, making and charging a talisman using a pagan system, such as the one just presented, is direct and fairly easy, and that's what I prefer. I definitely prefer that. So, there is little you have to prepare. You will find that the Kabbalistic system takes a bit more time and thought to construct a talisman, so to me it makes a Kabbalistic talisman more precise. With your intention, you can make any talisman more precise. So he says, I personally enjoy that, a precision and necessary mind work. Alright, then again, I take that in consideration. It's good for your mind. So he says, my personal experience indicates that a Kabbalistic talisman, once charged, takes a little longer to achieve its effect, but that effect is far more intense than a low magic talisman. I'm inclined to believe, however, that this is due to my own predilection for the Kabbalah, whatever. In all probability, the Kabbalistic talisman is neither more nor less effective than the low magic talisman. So, the difference is based upon the person who makes the talisman. Also note that although the Kabbalistic talisman takes more time and effort to create those than does a pagan talisman, it is no more effective or no more difficult to construct. It just takes more time and thought. So if you follow the instructions given here, you will have no problem in the construction and charging of a Kabbalistic talisman. I personally like both systems, so I mean, it works. So before the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, many Kabbalistic talismans were made of precious metals, which could hang as a pendant on a chain or be attached to clothes. But the most common type of talisman from that time was a long, narrow scroll of parchment. Here we go. Some of these have been found, which were 2 inches wide and 22 inches long. So this scroll was covered with writing. In fact, the ancient Kabbalistic talismanic frequently used abbreviations to allow for more writing on the script of parchment. So this was then rolled up and placed in a leather, cloth, or metal, usually silver container. I like this. I really like this part. So, in E.A. Wallace Brew, Budge's Amulets and Talisman, the author describes a perfect Kabbalistic talisman. Of course, no such talisman ever existed. But Budge examined many ancient Kabbalistic talismans and listed what was common to most of them. So there's a common denominator between each and every talisman and every single different tradition that we have. End of story. In a similar manner, musicologists. Musicologists. And this is the thing that I don't understand is you can use, if you're a musician, you can use a musicologist. You can title yourself as that. But when you use a Ouijaologist, I think that's pretty selfish, that only one person is able to use the term Ouijaologist when it applies to many people. So, I might have coined a phrase already. You guys might want to look up Ouija popologist. So, alright, but yeah, I do feel that, these ologists are not specifically for specific people. So the musicologist examined all of Johann Sebastian Bach's fugues, and with the help of the computer came up with the ideal Bach Fugu. I love Bach. However, in comparing the ideal with the actual, they discovered that none of Bach's fugus perfectly matched the ideal. Budge claimed that the ideal Kabbalistic talisman had 4 sections. So, 1. The appropriate magical name. 2. Appropriate biblical texts. 3. A special prayer, which is similar in nature but not identical to the types of invocations. 4. The words Amen and Salah, each repeated 3 times. Why not a lady? Why do we not think of a lady? Maybe it's a lady. So, alright, so Gaster in the Hastings Encyclopedia claims that the ancient talismans were made this way. 1. The parchment must be specially prepared. We all know how that happened too. 2. The magical name must be written exactly as it appeared in the Hebrew Old Testament. 3. The rest of the talisman must be written in Ashuri, which is the Hebrew square letters. 4. No letter may touch each other. 5. The talisman must be made in purity and while fasting. 6. It should be wrapped in leather or cloth after being coiled into a tight roll. 7. It should be worn on the person or attached to his or her clothes. 8. Prayer should be said while constructing the talisman. So that is very King Solomon-ish. That's what comes to my mind. Alright, so Gaster gives even more information and details, but these are not necessary for our study, so the important thing is to note at this time care, effort, and sacredness that is believed to be part of the construction of the ancient Kabbalistic talismans. Alright, so I like the pagan talismans. They're much better. And the Goetia. I like the seals of the Goetia. They work better for me personally. So the early Kabbalists did not create their mystic system from out of the air, no matter how romantic that idea may seem. Ooh, it does seem romantic a little bit. I like it. Alright, although the ancient Kabbalist talismans were practically Hebraic in nature, whatever, much of what was done was based on earlier pagan ideas. So thus early Kabbalistic talismans were not as specific as the ones made today. In fact, there were only about 6 reasons for making ancient Kabbalistic talismans. So here are the reasons. 1. For generally beneficial and benedictory purposes. So just for all around good. 2. For promotion of health. 3. For protection against the evil eye, curses, black magic, and poisoning. So 4. The prevention of miscarriages. Well, these don't seem too bad. 5. For the promotion of fertility. And 6. For the protection of mother and child at the time of birth. See, so that doesn't seem bad whatsoever. All these systems are, work, or they would not be relevant in any book today. So, he goes on to say, as I have said before, the Kabbalah is not something that's static and unchanging. It has evolved over the past several thousand years. These changes allow us to have a far wider variety of topics and deep precision in choosing the purposes for making our talismans. Also, it allows us to almost fill in the spaces according to the simple system once we know the purpose of the talisman we wish to construct. So the Kabbalah only enhances your own personal faith, practice, religion, etc. So I am hoping that we can take and pick and choose from it. I'm not sure though, so don't quote me. So first, we do not have to worry about the choice of an object to charge, although precious metals were sometimes used. For eons, the object of choice to use as a Kabbalistic talisman has been a piece of virgin parchment. So parchment was so strong that it could be washed and used for writing over and over. Not today, it's not. Not the stuff that you can get in the store. So, thus used a piece of parchment could carry with it various psychic energies, which would be unwanted. Virgin, which is unused parchment, solved this problem. It was also easy to destroy once it had achieved its goal. So, today, real parchment is very expensive and hard to find. Imitation parchment is readily available. at most stationery stores. So if you are a purist, many occult shops do carry the real thing, which is made of the skin of sheep or goats. No, I won't do that. Bamboo paper works perfect. So, but why, other than for tradition, should you use parchment? In the ancient Middle East, wood was a fairly scarce commodity. So parchment was a sturdy and a reusable writing surface. So it was an early standard form of paper. So for today's magicians, there is nothing wrong with using plain white, unused, and unrecycled paper, except for the aesthetic reasons. So if you wish, you could use imitation parchment from a stationery store or even real parchment from an occult supply store. So in this course, he says, I will be referring to the object upon which we will be making Kabalistic talismans as paper, for paper will do just fine. So that works a lot better than the skin of a goat or a sheep. Now, alright, so we will not be using a long scroll of paper. Modern Kabalistic talismans are much smaller and packed with more symbolism than their preceders. So if you cut out a piece of paper so that it is about 2 inches by 4 inches and fold it in half, you will find that there are 4 squares. So 2 on the front and 2 on the back. So each exactly 2 inches by 2 inches. So each of these 4 quarters is going to be filled with words and symbols. But where will we find them? Obviously, many will come in some way from the Tree of Life, the main symbol of the Kabbalah. But how is this done? It's probably quite easy. Oh, the talismanic magic. Alright, so we have the entire, we have the entire list of, ooh, it's going to storm. Yeah, we have the list. All the lists. Alright, sorry guys. Yep, here comes our storms. Great. Alright, so we have Keter at the top. So Keter at the top is for basic inventions, electronics, or radiations such as X-rays, radar, radio, or television waves, the unusual, space vehicles, the far future, and ideas. Okay, now on the second part we have Kuchma, radio, television, film, extrasensory perception, ESP, and things psychic, power generators, magnetism, static electricity, rockets, and fireworks. We have Binah, which is Saturn, buildings, the elderly, funerals, wills, reincarnation, destruction of diseases and pests, termination and death, plans, debts, gosh, real estate, inheritances, excavations, mines, trees and paper, smelting, fertilizers, antiques, concrete, studying for exams, acquiring the astral plane, the home, obtaining esoteric knowledge. Now we have Hesed, Jupiter, speculation, gambling. Ooh, sounds like Asmodee. Acquiring wealth, abundance, growth, plenty, bankers, divination of the past, leadership, ambition, career success, obtaining friendship, obtaining health, acquiring honors, obtaining luck, law, materialism, poverty, the partner of wealth, money, and expansion. Now we have Gibura, which is Mars, and its conflict, hunting, military success, energy, vitality, dentists, surgeons, surgery, barbers, butchers, police, soldiers, all things pertaining to war, aggression, physical strength, courage, politics, debates, athletics, competition, men, and lust. Alright, now we have Tiferet, which is the sun. So obtain friendship, obtain health, create harmony. I like this one. Obtain luck, obtain money, obtain patronage, obtain peace, find missing property, prevent war, regain youth, ooh, superiors of all sorts, illumination, immediacy, employees, promotions, labor, world leaders, divine power. Huh. I like these. I like this list of correspondences. Ooh, it's really dark here. We need the rain though. Please rain, go to California because you are needed there too. Thank you in advance. There you go, California. No, I wish. Alright, now we have Netzach. Or Netzach. I think it's Ach. Right? With the Hebrew letters. Ach. Netzach. Venus. Ooh. Beauty. Fostering friendship, obtaining love. Ensuring pleasure. Art, music, parties, luxury, jewels. Aphrodisiac, scents, perfumes, partnership, and women. I like that one. Hod. Mercury. Business and commercial success. Success in exams. Divination of the future, influencing others. Theatrical success. Authors. Short trips. Writing. Bargain hunting. Ooh, my Virgo Queen, you will love this one. Bargain hunting. Schools. Basic medicine. Praxis. Putting theory into action. Statistics. Teaching, predictions, self-improvement, celibacy, the mind, communications, and learning. And the last one we have is the Assad, which is the moon, I think. Yes. It really helps to, for me personally, to do this live. Well, not live, but on camera. For you guys, it helps me just as much as it helps you guys too. So, I am still learning as well, even though I have all these years of, work and experience under my belt. I'm still learning. I'm still learning just like you guys. Especially with the Kabbalah. Or the Kabbalah, whatever. Alright, yeah. Yesod. We have the moon. Knowledge of astral travel. Safe journeys. Achieve reconciliations. Foods. Ooh, especially vegetables and flowers. Ooh. Oh, that sounds good. Eggplant. Fetuses and infants. Milk and dairy products. Preventing war. The home. The family. Cooking. Clairvoyancy. Dreams. The sea. Agriculture, natural medicine, and herbs. I like that one too. They're all really good. So on the facing page you will find a list of possible wants or desires associated with each sephirah. So read over the chart and see how various ideas relate to the 10 sephirot. Now if something is not on the list, you can expand on the idea list for each sephirah. So can you see, for example, how football would be related to Gibura? Or can you see that poetry is related more to Netzach than to Hod? Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, with, the list of, the extended list of, all of these different sephirahs, it's very easy to add, in a different element for magical purposes. Alright, so let us say, for example, we wish to create a talisman to obtain a really good friendship. By going over the chart, we can see that this would relate to Tiferet. Now check back to your list of Kabbalistic correspondences given in Lesson 3. So from that page can be obtained the following list of items which can be put on the talisman. All of these words and items are associated with the sephirah Tiferet. So we have Tiferet, gold or yellow, heart, breast, topaz, divine physician, messengers, intellect, phoenix, and the king. Now we have beauty. We have, what is that? Alabanum, ascent. Oh, it's ascent. So, Yahhe Vavhe Eloah Vadat. Sol is the sun, Raphael. Malkim, Rosh, Vav, or YHVH, sunflower, and others. So we can kind of see and get a glimpse into that one. So this is a large list, yeah, it is. But there are even more things which we can use. For instance, we can come up with a numerical representation through one or both of two systems of numerology. So, here's the most common system used today. It is known as the Pythagorean system. So, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. So, as you can see, the letters A, J, and S are listed under the equal and equal the number 1. Letters B, K, and T equal 2, and so forth. So for our talismans, let's say use the keyword friendship and figure out its numerical value according to the chart below. Alright, so friendship would equal 63. 6 plus 3 equals 9. There's your number. Which works. I mean, it does work. I mean, I love numerology. I love condensing, letters and numbers and making them into sigils, especially letters. It's very powerful. But still, the power of positive thinking. I mean, you just have a positive outlook once you've done your magic and just let it go. That's the biggest thing that I have got to do, because it doesn't do much. I'm very uncomfortable, and I feel kind of blurry. There we go. Alright, so yes, so we have, friendship equals 63, 6 plus 3 equals 9. So notice that when the total of a word is greater than 9, the digits of the result are summed to get a single digit answer. So yeah, basic math. It's fun. This is known as the theosophistical reduction. In our example, the single digit, which can be used to represent the word friendship, is 9. So let's add this number to our list. A more Kabbalistic system based on the sound qualities of the letter is as follows. 1 equals AJIY, 2 equals BCKRQ. The C is hard, as in the sound in the word cat. So 3 equals GIS and CH and SH. The S sounds like sh, as in the word sugar. 4 equals this is funny, DMT. 5 equals ENH. 6 equals SUV. WC. The S sounds like that in C. The C sounds like that in scent. 7 equals OZSX. So the S sounds like a Z, as in scissors. The X also sounds like a Z in xylophone. So 8 equals PFXH. So this H is the German ach. So is rare in English, but occurs in other languages. So it's the ach. That really crazy like you have a hairball. 9 equals TH, TT, and S. So this is an S which comes before a W, as in the word switch. Now if we take our word, this is the enumeration. Friendship. So it would be 8 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 8 equals 37. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. We have our number 1. So here you can see that the theosophical reduction must be done twice to reduce the number down to a single digit. The only time this reduction is not done is if your sum yields 11, 22, or 33. Ooh, I don't like that last number. My age. In which case, you leave it as a double-digit figure. So books on numerology will explain these master numbers in detail. Everywhere. Literally, look it up, Google it. It's incredible. In this more Kabbalistic system, above we have determined that the value of the word and idea of friendship is 1. We can add 1 to our list. So the reason this is a more Kabbalistic system of numerology is because the values of the English letters are determined by associating them with the numbers of the Hebrew letters. Wow. With which they sound identical. Thus the Hebrew letter Aleph is related also to the letter A. Since the A equals 1 in this system, the A also equals 1. The Yud is associated with the English letters I and Y, and according to some people, J. So it'd be Yud-He-Vav-He. YHVH. So thus these letters are associated with the number 10. The number associated with Yud by a theosophical reduction, they become related to the number 1. Other possible associations, because they have several possible correspondences with Hebrew, have moved to those numbers deemed appropriate. Alright, so yeah, that does make sense. Another system to make up magical talismans was created by Austin Osman Spare, a contemporary occultist and a remarkably talented artist. So this derivation, yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say, of his system is based upon his idea of an alphabet of desire. Ooh. In this system, you take the English letters of a word, delete the vowels, remember Hebrew has no vowels, and push the remaining letters together to form symbols. That's my system. I like that better. So here is how to create a symbol for the word woman. So we have WOMAN. Alright, now we have cross out all the repeating vowels. So it would be a W, an M, and an N. And it turns out like this. So it turns out just like that, woman. So that is my system that I use personally, and I think it works really, really well. So, and that's friendship here. So you can see all the different ways that you can actually get those to kind of, do your, sorry guys, to kind of, do your sigils, symbols, all that good stuff. So it's really actually good. So right here is how to create the symbol for friendship. So we have that, which is also very good. So notice too that the letters are made angular and may be turned sideways as with the P, or exaggerated as with the evolution of the R. If you use a little imagination, you can get a nice artistic and somewhat complex symbol to add to our list representing friendship. So, another system you can use to make symbols for use on your talisman is based on the illustration shown below. So it is the center of a symbol central to the Golden Dawn called the Hermetic Rose Cross. As you can see, there are 3 circles of symbols in the figure on the upper left. These, of course, are the Hebrew letters. They are arranged according to a description of the letters given in the Sefer Yetzirah. So the transliteration into English is shown in this symbol on the opposite page. Very different. So, very different. There's that, the Hebrew letters, and then the one for friendship in the middle. And then on this page, we have everything that is translated into English. So it's very, yes, it's very complicated. I don't like that, but it's pretty. So to use this glyph to make mystic symbols, simply lay a piece of thin paper over the figure, draw a small circle in the section where you find the first letter of the word which you wish to symbolize. From the circle, draw a straight line to the space with the second letter of the word. Continue with this pattern until you have completed the word. Draw a short line across the end of the line to indicate the end of the word. If you have any double letters in your word, simply draw a loop back to the same section as indicated. Oh, I thought I froze. In the example immediately above, note 2 that there are a few duplicated letters, and if you choose a word with a letter found in more than one place on the figure, choose whichever design looks more aesthetically pleasing. Alright. Okay, so the bottom one is for happy. It means happy. This one right here, we have happy. So you see how this has been drawn into that. So yes, as with that. So you see here the circle that you would just place on top. So just a thin piece of paper. That'd work. So, alright. Now, it's okay to have lines cross over each other. See the example below. Alright, so here we see a ton of different lines. A ton. It's this symbol for friendship within this one. So, you guys can screenshot that if you want. Very, very complicated. It is kind of complicated for me. Alright, now, okay, so notice that in the above 2 samples for the word happy and friendship, I have shown that the symbol, once designed and understood, may have many dimensions. So there's many dimensions to friendship and to be happy. I don't think anybody can be continuously happy. I think you can have joy, but not happy all the time. Thus we have another system of symbol which can be added to our list of items, which can be used to make a talisman. With what we have thus far, it's possible now to make up quite a nice talisman for friendship. All we need to do is fill up the 4 squares of our piece of paper with selections from our list. You do not have to use all of the selections from the list, nor should you be limited to any of the contents of the list. So on the next page is an example drawn from the list we have created. On one side we see a heart, the letter Vav, Vav, literally, V-A-H-V, plus the letter name spelled out. We also see the words Rach and intellect. Again, all of these ideas are from the list we have compiled. On the second side, we see the whole side has been shaded golden yellow. In the center is the astrological symbol for the sun, a circle with a dot at the center. Also, on this side is the god name, Yadhe-Vaphe, O-A-Va-Da-At, and in the name Archangel Raphael, who is the divine physician. So, on side 3 is the name of the Sephirah, Tiferet, and its meaning, which is beauty. So on either side is found the name of the order of angels. So the Malachim, which means messengers. In the center is a symbol derived from the system of Eosper. So, finally, on side 4 are seen the numerical values of the word friendship, and the symbol drawn from the center of the Hebrew rose cross. This is very time-consuming, very. So I like the traditional pagan way. It is not necessary to make your talismans absolutely perfect works of art. Merely draw your best and put all of your energies into the construction of the talisman, and you will be successful. So, yes, true. In the next lesson, you will learn how to make your piece of paper with symbols on it change into a powerful magical tool. To do so, you will also need something in which to place the talisman once it is charged. So the easiest way to do this is by getting a felt square in the color appropriate to the Sephirah with which you are working. Now, in this case, yellow or gold would be the correct color. Felt paper, or pieces of felt that are like 18 cents or 6 cents a piece. Real thin. Fold them over, make a pouch out of them. Take the square and cut out a piece 3 inches by 5 inches. Fold it in half and staple or sew up the two sides, the two open sides. You will have a container which is the right size and into which the charged talisman may be slipped. Don't sew or staple the top until after you have placed the talisman inside, obviously. So a string may also be attached so that it can be worn as the necklace under your clothes. Kind of like the scapulas you see of the Virgin Mary and of different saints and stuff in Latino tradition. It's very pretty. So here we have, you guys can just screenshot this one. That's the whole thing. Lots going on here. So yes, you guys can screenshot that if you wish. Now, it's important for you to understand that you cannot learn magic by just reading. You have to practice. So, it takes practice, study, and thinking. If you have not reread, studied, and thought about the previous lessons in this course, you should do so immediately. I think I've done this course on here a couple times. I have never gotten this far with it. If you have done so, you should have noticed that the Hebrew spelling of the archangelic names used on the elemental weapons always ends with the letter known as Lamed. So, since this is an I sound, Lamed, and the archangelic names all end with the syllable L. This should be obvious. Now look back to the lesson 3, where instructions were given on symbols for the pentacle. Ariel is missing the Lamed when spelled in Hebrew. So did you catch this as you studied your lessons and think it was a typographical error? If so, congratulations, you are well on your way to being a thinking, competent magician. Okay, so there's double meanings in here. If not, do not feel bad nor despair. This was not meant to be a trick or a trap. Rather, it is a simple lesson which is learned here than during the performance of the magical rite itself. So it's important to be certain that everything you are doing and using is correct. Hey, Rain. So go over and restudy the lessons up to this point. Don't just read them, think about them, question them. Take the logic presented in them to the limit and see where it takes you, or if it breaks you down. In this way, you can become an excellent, fearless, powerful magician. Once on your pentacle, you should correct your Hebrew. So Ariel looks like this. And so it's right there. You guys can see right here where it says like this. That is Ariel, one of the archangels. So it's pretty interesting. Alright, so tomorrow we will go on to the supplement to lesson 7. And it just goes more into the planets, numbers, symbols of working with this type of magic. So the Kabalistic Talismans. Alright, where did I go? Alright, so this is just wow, that was a big part. That was part 4. Alright, guys. Good one, though. Okay, so. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoy. I will see you all tomorrow. Definitely. I hope you all have a great day. Rain, you can go to California. You're needed there. So, alright, guys, I love you all with all my heart. All the way from Venus. All the way back down. Alright, and I will see you all tomorrow. So, let me know what you guys think. And I love you all, and thank you for watching.